What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about 34 different altcoins today. It's a late start for me tonight, as I'm sure some of you are aware, so I'm just going to hop into it and not dilly-dally any longer on this intro. If you'd like to hit that like button, I really do appreciate it. If you want to subscribe, go ahead. It's always encouraged. Let's get into it, man. All right, 34 coins. I'm going to try to do this in about an hour, so hold on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen. Fun fact about this one: I actually bought it at a concert from the people that were. It's Rust Liquid is the guy's name, and or is the band, the artist. I don't know. I bought it directly off of him. He was wearing the hat for the show, and he's like, "I'll sell this hat for $20." Nobody raised their hand. I'm at the place. I'm like, "Are you serious?" Like nobody's. I'm like, "I'll take that hat. This hat's actually too small for me, but I'm very proud of it." Anyways, $20 for a hat that was worn by the artist himself, Rust Liquid, dude. He's dope. Anyways. That's not what this is about. Anyways, let's get started on a weekly basis here, looking at Gala. Oh, right. We got to go over the list. Got to go over the list of what we're doing. We're going to go over GAL, VOXEL, VOXEL, and WAN chain for VJ, TRU and TIA, and AKT for Dirty Beard, Gone for Anon Girder, VARA for Coolest Monkey, ETHW and GRS for Mr. Hat, CSWAP for Black Mamba, FIDA for Hater Side, AURORA for C-Zar is Good Guy, FLR for TC 2002 and CRO as well for him, RAM and AERO for Joshua Sanker, DGB for Ed Salt, DESO and ACS for JG Aesthetics, JITO and XYO for Jordan Tyler. I haven't heard of XYO in a while. ARKHAM for Hey Ghosty, ELON for User A1, PSG Dash and Ontology for SSVVIC, YFI for Susboy, Zcash for Nurse Hospital, Pulse Chain Hex for Real Load, 0x0 for Joe Mansus, VIB for Sakatati, MUSE for Eric Silva, and WTK for Farshid. And that, my friends, is the list. All right, let's get into it. I will leave a list in the description, and I will try to do timestamps, but tonight might not be the night for timestamps. I will probably just leave the list in the description, but I am going to start doing timestamps regularly on these request videos. I said this intro wouldn't be long, but hey, here we are. GAL, looking frisky, looking very frisky. I like the way that it looks, but it probably does want to pull back for the time being. This is a very nice structure that you have. I don't like that you're losing volume as you're moving up. That's not a good look in itself. So let's just see here, from relative low to relative high. You could pull back. You could hold at 372, but likely you will go back to about 280. You probably go a little bit below 281, I would assume. Wouldn't surprise me if you went all the way down to about like 240, 235, somewhere in that area. But yeah, down from here is where I think you're going. Yes, the daily looks bearish. The weekly looks good, looks really good, but just, you know, overdue for a pullback. Moving up with decreasing volume is not normally a good sign, but especially the fact that you were overbought and now you're not, or at least so far it looks to be that way. Unless you get some kind of significant reversal this week, which I don't think you will. You're probably moving down below 280. Between 280 and 230 is what I think you're doing. Anyways, that's GAL. Let's move on from there. VOXEL, VOXEL on tethers. I like this structure as well. It's actually a very nice structure. Let's see. Do we have longer history? No. Yeah. Looking like you're ready to break out. What you're doing right now is you're consolidating before the breakout. This is kind of like, it's almost like an Adam and Eve, almost, but I wouldn't call it that, but kind of, you know? It's lopsided. I mean, I don't know. I suppose it is an Adam and Eve. I wouldn't say you've broken out yet. You're consolidating around the point of breakout, which is nice. You could go as low as about 26 cents, but I don't think you'd go too much lower than that. I mean, maybe down to 23 cents. You really could hold this level here at 32.38 cents. I mean, that could have been your low right there. You might just consolidate in this area for another week or so, but when the time comes, you're getting ready to make a move that's bigger than the downside potential. You could be moving up to 67 cents at a minimum, $1.06 potentially at like the maximum, and that would make sense for a couple reasons, because it is the golden ratio and it's also at a previous area of support on the weekly. You could go higher, you absolutely could, but let's stay grounded and look at 67 to $1.07, somewhere around there. You do have bearish divergence, yes, on your weekly, but it's already played out. Really what you have is hidden bullish divergence, with this low and that low being a lower low, this low and that low being a higher low. But let's see how the week ends. You know, if you close below the 236, you likely will go to your 382. Look at the daily real quick. I have no problems with the daily RSI. You really could hold this area, so it all depends. If you don't hold this area, you'll go a little bit lower and relatively still hold this kind of like general area as it is. But that's VOXEL. WAN chain here going on Binance, sure. WAN chain, man, every time I hear this, I said it last time, but every time I hear WAN chain, I think of Crypto Lark Davis saying WAN chain. He goes WAN chain, like in his kind of, he's got a nasally voice. Lark, if you hear this, and I doubt you would, but if you ever hear this, it's no disrespect. You definitely do have like a nasally voice though. I've got a high pitched voice myself. I wouldn't say it's nasally. It's kind of like scratchy. It's, I don't know. Sounds like a woman who's smoked for 80 years. I don't know, man. Anyways, high to low. I genuinely have a friend. His mom, I feel like our voices sound the same. That's the only reason I say that. Anyways, top to bottom, you got your 382, went a little bit above it. Now you're consolidating below it. That makes sense. You might pull back to your 236. Weekly RSI looks really nice on WAN chain, man. This thing, this is one of those coins that like everybody should be paying attention to. If you're looking for a random altcoin, man, go ahead and look into this. Always read the white paper on anything. Do as much research, understand it before you invest in it. If you can't understand it, okay, then make your own judgment call. But look into it before you put money into it. But I think this project has a lot of potential. Getting sidetracked there. Yeah, you're bouncing. It looks like you're bouncing at critical areas. It depends on what you do. Having a hard time with this one. I like what you're doing. I want to be bullish. The only thing holding me back is basically the rest of the market is bearish. I want to be bullish, man. I'm going to say if you're not getting ready to move up and break out right now, you're just going to consolidate between that yellow line right there at about 41.5 cents and essentially like 32 cents. You're going to consolidate in this area until you're no longer consolidating, and then you're going to make a nice run all the way up to your 618, 69 area, which is anywhere from 84 cents to $1.05. You're at 38.5 cents now. That's WAN chain. So consolidation until you're ready to move up. You might be ready to move up now. It's hard to say. I mean, obviously, to certify that you are ready to move up, close above 41.2 cents, and then we can talk. But until then, you're just consolidating. I wouldn't assume that you'd go too much lower than 32 cents though. WAN chain, there we go. True on USD. It's not true USD. That went under. Let's see. Right, that was Do Kwon's thing. True USD. Looking very bullish. I really do like this look a lot, actually. Yeah, so what? You've been pulling back a little bit. Dude, you look fine. Today might have been your low. If it's not, you might go a little bit lower today or tomorrow, down to about 12.12 cents. But dude, that could have been your low, genuinely speaking. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. Flat base, I mean, on the 4 hour, it does look like you could go a little bit lower, so pay attention. You might fall down to about 12.12, maybe even down to about 11.5 cents. But from there, I think you would bounce, if not already. Where are you going to bounce to? This 1272, which is all the way up at about 23.6 cents. Looking good on True. It's nice to see, man. You know, a lot of people right now, you'll go across and you'll see a lot of people talking about how we're having the pullback. We're finally having the pullback across crypto. And we're having a mini pullback right now for sure, but I think we have one last leg up across the boards before we really start to see a longer phase of consolidation. But I could be wrong, man. I really could be. Daily RSI, I don't like it. Celestia, you are very disappointing. So much promise up until recent times, man. Up until February, essentially, man. Disappointment. Yeah, okay. Let's just, I don't know. Let's see if we've got anything. Is there no crypto? No. Whatever. Maybe KuCoin has more. No. Which one has the most data? Kraken? They're all the same. Okay, so yeah. Let's just do this. I'm going to assume you're going to at least see a 60% pullback before you're done. You've done a 45% pullback, so 60% pullback would be at about $8.17, $8.20, something like that. Look at that, bottom to top, right below your 382. It makes sense to me, man. You're probably going just below your 382. Very strong move up. You pull back. You normally find support at your 382 area, which is at about $8.93, but you oftentimes on your first attempt go just below it. So that's what I'm assuming you'll do. And the reason why I said 60% is because I did this a long time ago, man. I did this before I ever had a YouTube channel. I did it on my own. I literally went through like a ton of cryptos, you guys, like over 100 coins that got listed on Coinbase, and I measured what the average drop was after their listing. Maybe they shot up immediately, maybe they went down immediately, but whatever their initial drop was, which this thing hasn't had an initial drop yet, so this would be its initial drop right here. On average, it was about 64%. That's where I came up with 60%, and I still remember that. That's ingrained. It might be different now because that was last cycle that I did, or it might have been two. It was, yeah, no, it was last bull cycle that I did that, because I've only been doing the channel since the bear cycle. So anyways guys, I think we're probably going to see something below $8.90 for TIA, and we're not going to go up until then. That's that essentially. Let me do a little bit of a more dive into it before I just say that. Yeah, I'm very convinced you will. Yeah, you'll continue to go down. TIA, AKT on Kraken. What about Coinbase? Definitely not Coinbase. All right. Whoa, hey, hold up now. Did you just get listed on Coinbase? Yeah. So let's put that method to the test here real quick, right? From top to bottom, you dropped 32%, 64. We'll do this just real quick. Just pay attention, right? All right, 244. That would be a 60% drop from the top to bottom. And actually, I've done it from listing price. So that would be, actually, it would be about $2. Okay, $2. Let's see if on the actual chart, if there's anything that would suggest $2 is the possibility, right? Because this run up, Coinbase hadn't listed yet. This is Coinbase buying, is what it is. Coinbase was buying, and now it's listed on Coinbase. So people are buying on Coinbase. Coinbase is selling, right? That's essentially what that means. So let's look at the relative low here to the relative high, and wouldn't you know it, the 382 is actually below $2, and that makes sense to me, man. $1.60, you're at 440 now. So AKT, you've got some dropping to do. It makes sense, man. It actually makes sense for a couple of reasons. You know, you got your 382 down here, very significant area to hit after seeing a very strong move up like this. It makes sense to me. I wonder about this relative low actually here. Look at that, dude. That's beautiful. Your golden ratio zone, literally from this relative move up that you have, the golden ratio zone is literally surrounding this 382 level on the macro move that you have here. So it's not even that macro, but just macro for this chart. Yeah, and not only that, but commonly enough, where the volume starts to diverge from the growth, you revert back to where the peak volume was, which in this case would be right around here at this top, which is also at this support area, which is also at the 382. So $1.60, likely you go just below it. That's AKT. Let's talk about GON USDT on MEXC. On the weekly, not so much. On the daily, yeah, you rejected your 50. I don't know. It's very new. Hard to do TA on something like this. Definitely hard to do. I don't like any of the time frames. They all look bearish in my opinion, but for what it's worth, the 4 hour, at least from a price perspective, it does look like you're in a phase of accumulation. Now, to be fair, you could go lower. It's so new, it's really hard to say. Based off the 1 hour, the 4 hour, the daily, everything, I would say you want to go lower, but how much lower is the question? You know, you could hold support at 403. You're at 40326 right now. You could hold support at 402323 or lower. You know, I don't know. So at this point in time, I'm not assuming that you'll see new all-time lows, but you very well could. It's very new, so it's hard to say. Just be prepared for that. If it's something that you're interested in buying, just understand that it's only available on one exchange. You're going to have low liquidity. If you want to put all your money into it, I wouldn't recommend doing it all at one price, but layering it throughout. But anyways, that's gone. Probably going down. Probably. As far as what the potential is, I don't know. I don't know anything about it. All I do is charts, and what the chart tells me is this thing is young, so anything could happen. Literally, I'm calling for it to go down. It could do this tomorrow. It could genuinely do like a 10x in one day. You never know. Anyways, that's gone. I think it's going down though, for what it's worth. VARA for coolest monkey here on Coinbase. A little bit more data, but still a very new chart. Yeah, you've got volume increasing. You're looking good. Kind of accumulating, right? You probably do revert back to about, I would say, 8.5 cents. Let's just see what this low to high is. 9.4 to 8.8 cents. I mean, 8.1 cents at the 786. So really, I'd be looking at this zone all throughout here, whether it be just above this green line, the 123, or just below. That would make sense to me. And actually, it looks like, I mean, you've done this already. You've gone just below it. It would make sense. You probably do go just below it. So probably below 8.8 cents, but above 8 cents is going to be your low. I think that's what you're going to do. Let's look at the 4 hour. Yeah, I think you're going down. That's VARA for the time being. And as far as up, I definitely see this thing going up. The structure looks good. The volume profile as it's growing, as the price is growing, the volume's growing. I like it. I do think that you will see higher prices than this point here. But just again, for the time being, you probably go down. Look at that, man. Yeah, you probably do. Just a little bit, but inevitably 24.2 cents, 35.5 cents, and beyond that is on the table. You're at 11 cents now, but for now, probably down. ETHW. ETHW on Kraken, sure. I don't know what this is. It's an inverse head and shoulders pattern is what it is, right? It's kind of an odd one. It kind of looks odd, but I suppose it works. The volume profile's off, but whatever. You do have bearish divergence, but that move's played out already. You're moving up with decreasing volume. I don't like that. On the daily, bearish divergence is there. But is it? I want to say you move down. This is what they call a fake out. You've got less volume. You tried, but it's just less volume. You probably do pull back. I would think to like 425. You're at 490 right now. Probably around 425, 440, maybe below that, but it would make sense to hold support at that 425 area. So you probably go a little bit lower. Bearish engulfing candle gives it away. Lower volume gives it away. And bearish divergence gives it away. You probably do go lower for the time being. Yeah, the 4 hour looks strong, it looks resilient, but to be fair, it also looks like it's ready to go a little bit lower. So yeah, ETHW, GRS for Mr. Hat here. I hope it's not offending anybody. I'm just running through these. I'm gonna make sure I paused the music. Okay, I did. Good. I'm just trying to run through these to save myself some sleep, man. GRS. Alrighty. Maybe on CoinEx. Let's just compare them real quick. Weekly looks like this. On crypto, looks like that. They're essentially the same, but this one has volume, so we'll use that, right? Anyways, high to low, 618, you're encroaching upon it, volume's increasing. RSI looks fine in my opinion, daily. RSI also looks fine. Neutral to be fair, but you're consolidating, so that makes sense. I think you want to move up. If you move down, it won't be by much. I doubt you'd go below this 382, which is at 45 cents. You're all the way at about 60 cents now, so that is a little bit of a drop from here. And that could happen, but at this point, I'm actually skeptical if you even drop below 44 cents or 54 cents. But if you do, just know you'll probably hold that 45.3 cent area. You probably will. I don't even think you go down there, but if you were to, that you would hold it. Could you go below this low? Sure. But I don't know. I think it might hold, man. And inevitably, you're looking like you want to move up probably to 86 cents, $1.01, and beyond. I like the volume. I like. It's an odd chart. It's definitely low liquidity. You can tell just by the way it looks, but it does look like it wants to go higher for what it's worth. So that's GRS. Good choice there, Mr. Hat. For what it's worth, CSWAP or C-Swap actually. CSWAP. Let's see. Definitely not going to do Poloniex, man. I used to chart Poloniex, but man, it's just not even worth it. It doesn't even look. It's just low liquidity. It's very, very low liquidity. You don't get the accurate representation. Lower levels of volume as you're climbing. Very overbought on your RSI. You're in the 90s. Your time has come, my friend. Your time has come. Yep. 3618, very deep extension. You probably pull back all the way down to 6.7 cents. You're at about 19.5 cents now. That's a big drop to go, but you're probably a low liquid asset and also a low market cap asset. Double top on your 4 hour. If this 4 hour closes red, you are building volume as you're moving up right here. I mean, yes, it's less volume. On the daily, it doesn't look as good, but hey, on the 4 hour, that's actually not that bad of a look. I'm not gonna lie. Let's see. I mean, I stand by it, man. You're at an area where I think you're well beyond extension. You're overbought on the daily and the 4 hour. It looks so good, man. It really does, actually. Like on the shorter term time frames, it looks really good. You could make a run up to about 23 to 24 cents. You're at 19 cents now, but inevitably, I think you will pull back probably back to your 382, which from the current prices would be around 6.7, 6.8 cents. 6.7 cents to 9.6 cents, you're destined for that inevitably. So whether you go higher or you turn around here, I think you're going to go lower soon. So that's C-Swap. FIDA, bone FIDA on Coinbase. Yep, a little bit of bearishness. Looking like you want to go lower, I would say. Yes, you do. Looking at the weekly here. Yeah, okay, whatever. You're in your kind of accumulation phase area here. At the top, at an area that you found resistance a few times, you're probably going to pull back to where you found support, which right here you found resistance, but you also found support back here. So pulling back to about 38, 39 cents wouldn't be crazy at all. And if we throw a fib on there, surprise, surprise, that lines up perfectly with your 382. Top to bottom here. Yeah, you probably do pull back to about 38, 39 cents. That's my thoughts. Yep. Unless you can get back up above 58.62 cents. If you can do that on a daily basis, if you can close above there, not just get above there, but close above there, then you're looking good. But for the time being, I don't think you will. I think you're going to move down to about 37 to 39 cents, somewhere in that area. That's my best guess for FIDA. FIDA, AURORA, right? Let me just check it out here real quick. I felt like I was having a hard time finding this last time, but I think this is it. I think this is the one. I don't know why I was having a hard time. Maybe I honestly have no idea. C-Zar is good guy. I don't know why. Double top look right here, lower volume, looking like you wanted to break out, but you just couldn't. Classic bearish divergence. Yeah, you're probably going to move down. Yeah, I mean, you're already moving down. Back to about 25 cents. You're at 36 cents now, so that one was pretty easy. Down, yeah, looking like you want to go down, but that's okay. It's a healthy correction. AURORA. Inevitably, a lot of these, if not all of these, then most of these probably inevitably will continue to grow over the coming months. But let's see. Or even coming weeks, but for the short term, for the immediate term, that's kind of what all this is, right? Flare on Coinbase, top to bottom, dude, Flare's actually looking pretty good. Out of all of them, it actually looks the best so far for immediate growth, in my opinion. Interesting, though. Decreasing volume as you're moving up, that part's not good. It's like the shorter term time frames look fine, but when you bump it out to the weekly, it looks not fine. Oh man, that's a good look. It actually is. Like, it's honestly a really good look. I don't know, man. I'm going to give it some if-thans. If you close below 3.558 cents, $0.03558, if you close below that line, that 236 on a weekly basis, you're going down to about 2.687 cents or lower than that, likely a little bit lower. I wouldn't think you go back to your 618. You could, but I would think you hold that like 2.4 to 2.7 cent area, somewhere around there. And if you don't close below there, when you close above 4.9 cents on a weekly basis, you're good for, I don't know, man, where are you going? Probably up to 6.757 or 8.5 or higher, all the way up to 13 cents. You're at 3.869 cents now. So flare actually looking good, relatively speaking. I could be wrong, but yeah, I don't mind it. That's flare. CRO. Crypto.com. Okay. High to low, you guys. I'm actually very bullish on CRO as well as a exchange token. I think it's going to do really well. I think it's very underrated, but what do I know? Looking pretty bullish yourself, not gonna lie. Let's look at the daily. Bounced off the 40, rejected the 60. You kind of look like you want to go lower on the RSI. Lower highs in price. Tried moving up, didn't get any volume to pull it through, so you probably do go lower. You'll probably move down to about 10 cents, 11 cents, somewhere in that area. That's my thoughts. Yeah, going down 10 to 11, and then inevitably up. That's CRO. RAM, not AM. RAM. Ramify. Rambox. Now, this, my friend, is a problem. Joshua Sanker or Sonker, you did not specify which RAM, so I'm going to take it upon myself to decide, and Rambox sounds a lot funnier. Ramify is pretty close, but Rambox is what we're going with, so hopefully this is the one you wanted. Double bottom on the weekly RSI, all right, kind of potential there. Volume's picking. Hey, it's not a bad read. Let's look at the daily. I'm not super excited on the daily. Close above 0.00204, and I'll get excited. Until then, you probably do move back down to about 3.3098, if not a double bottom, if not slightly lower, down at 3.0558. So for the time being, a little bit down, but I think you're coming near the end of your downside. In which case, you will see a standard retracement back up, which from the current low, which that could be your low, that really could be your low. But if you go lower, these prices will just be a little bit lower. But a standard retracement would be all the way up to about, well, you already did it actually at the 382. You might go lower, man. You actually might go lower to the land of the 3 zeros. Even lower than that low. So I don't know. Probably around like 0.003, 0.0025, somewhere in that area or higher. But anyways, that's Rambox. Probably going down first and then up, in case I wasn't clear. AERO. Bullish consolidation. You could go lower. Just because it's bullish consolidation doesn't mean you have to go up now. You do have a flat base with descending highs after all, and that normally means you will go down lower. And if you were to go down lower, and we look at this thing for what it's worth on the daily, I mean, you've got no support at all on this price until you go all the way down to about 86 cents. You're at $1.42 now, so that could be the fate before you. Got your 236 there. Curious. Very, very curious. Looks like it wants to go down. Looks like it wants to go down for now. I don't know where you're going to go, but I'm assuming you'll probably go below 86 cents. Between 86 and 62. It's hard to say, but probably lower from here. That's my genuine opinion. That's AERO. DGB for Ed Salt. For all the DGB people out here, man, you guys keep requesting DGB, and I feel like I make videos on it every single request day. So maybe you're just not seeing it, but or maybe you just want daily, bi-weekly requests, whatever. You know, I don't care. I'll talk about it all the time, but just I feel like I really do. The only reason I'm bringing it up is I do feel like some people are not seeing the analysis. So hopefully this one people will see. Let's see. Top to bottom, 236 support, 382 resistance, classic. Finding support on the overbought zone, that looks nice. You probably do continue higher. Accumulation phase, broke out of it, definitely in the middle of a breakout. Well, the daily says otherwise, though. It says you'd want to go down, probably. Unless today can close green, man. 4 hour looks good. I don't know, man. I'm getting a funny feeling. It's mixed signals with Digibyte here, but I do think you want to move higher. Man, it's between Digibyte and what was it? Was it Flare or FIDA? Which one was it? Might have been Flare. Yeah, it was Flare. All right, it's between Flare and Digibyte for the winners so far. And in case I wasn't clear, Digibyte. Come on, man. I think you do want to move higher. I do. The 4 hour looks bullish. You know, let's go on a real chart. Hold on. I think you want to go higher. I do, yeah. You look good. You look fine in my opinion. So yeah, you probably do want to go higher. Where are you going to go? I don't know, man. It's, you know, you're in the middle of a breakout. You could go all the way up to about 38 cents, between somewhere where you're at now and 38, 39 cents. That'd be my expectation. Maybe 40 cents. That's Digibyte. DESO, decentralized social, looking like you want to pull back. Yes, you do. Let's see, relative low to relative high, 24.21 cents, right there at your previous resistance area. It makes sense. You probably go just a little bit below $24 is what I would think. Probably just below there. I don't think you'll go all the way back to your 618 at about $15. I think you'll hold that $24 area. $23, $24, maybe $20 itself. Yeah, maybe $20 itself, because you have this weekly high close right here at about $20 and a half. But anywhere and everywhere in between about 24 and 20.5, that's probably where you're going to go relatively shortly. Yeah, daily looks bearish. You're probably going down. That's DESO. ACS for Mr. JG. It's constructive. It's very constructive so far. I don't hate the daily, but I don't like the daily. I like the weekly more, but there's parts that I don't like about it as well. Really what you're in is some kind of phase of accumulation, right, down in this range here. So you could move down all the way down here, form a higher low still, right, in this trajectory and still be fine. Let's do that. Let's look real quick. Hold on. I mean, maybe you go back down to about 0.003 to 0.0027, around there. That'd be my thoughts, and then you move up. I think so. Yeah, you probably move a little bit lower and then up. That's Access Protocol. JITO for Jordan Tyler. No, not JITO. Oh, it's JTO. Okay, JTO. On Coinbase, looking bullish today, bro. Not a lot of volume. Not a lot of volume for that big of a candle, but that's, you know, it's a bullish look on the RSI. It's a bullish look on the candle. Oh my goodness, let's see. That's only the 4 hour, not the daily. Okay. Yeah, I am inclined to be bullish on this thing right now. Yes, wow. Get above $4.50. You're at about 417, 418 right now. Get above 450. And if you do, 531 to $6.08 is your target areas, your next target areas, and maybe even beyond that. Let me look at the grand fib here. Dude, $6.10 might be where you're going. Yeah. Yep, looking good, JITO. Looking good. I think so, man. Let's see how today closes, but for now you look good. If the day has a reversal and you end up closing below this low, or I mean really if you close below about $3.90, then it might be more bearishness in the immediate term, but still a higher low inevitably, and then more growth. But volume's increasing, you're moving up, you're looking good on a lot of your time frames. So JITO looking good for immediate moves up. That one is definitely like a third place out of all these coins so far, if not second place. Oh, I just think Flare and what one was it? Was it ACS? No, it was Digibyte. Flare and Digibyte look like they want to move up more in the relative time frames, I think. Let me look back at Digibyte. Yeah, so but that one looks pretty good, don't get me wrong. JITO looks pretty good. XYO, I believe, if I remember, I want to look this up real quick. XYO crypto, don't they have the like geo tags or whatever? Like, wasn't that their big selling point back in like 2018? Keep data where it belongs, with you. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Maybe not. Let me see. Weekly. Has it existed that long? Let's see. Let's go back. Maybe it's not the one that I'm thinking of. I think it is. I think this is the one, man. Yeah. I never really liked this one, to be fair, but hold up now. Wait, that went from 3033 all the way up to, let's put it in log, it'll be easier. It's not a bad run, but yeah, I don't know. I think this thing, it's like it sounds cooler than it actually is. If that makes sense. I don't know. I don't know enough about it. I haven't actually read the white paper or anything, but it just never interested me. But what do I know, man? I could be wrong. And to be completely fair, you have one of the most bullish formations that you can see for a bottom, which is an Adam and an Eve. Clear as day, Adam and Eve. Beautiful pattern, beautiful breakout, whatever you want to call it, whether it's an Adam and Eve or it's a cup and handle and you moved up, whatever. However you want to define it, it looks beautiful in my opinion. Really nice weekly RSI. Let's get this high to low here. You hit your 1886, and you're back down below. You're at your like 100. You might be finding a low. Let's look here. Let's look at the fib from a retracement standpoint. Yeah, you could go back down to about 0.00833. You're at 0.0096 right now. You look like you want to go lower. Yeah, 382. Probably around 0.008 is where you're going to go. I think so. That's XYO. Down for now, up for later. ARKHAM. And you wanted me to talk about the potential highs that it has. Oh, it just got listed on Coinbase. Oh, classic, man. Yeah, you've got more to go to the downside. You got more, man. Let's see. 60% from the top would be at about $1. Let's see if that holds true. Look at that. Coinbase pump. Coinbase wanted it. They listed it, and now dumping off, right? Oh, yeah. You look like you want to go lower. Yeah, you do. Low to high here. $1.70. $1 itself at the 618, man. Yep. Yep, you want to go lower. I don't know how low you want to go, but I would say you're at least going to go below $1.70. You could find support around $1.70 to $1.60. You could. If not, you're going down to about $1. You're at 237, 238 right now. ARKHAM wanting to go down. Why? You got listed on one of the biggest exchanges in the world for crypto. So I mean that's why. Yeah, going down. Looking like you're going down. Volume decreasing as you were moving up. Where was the volume last? Like big spike was right there at about $1, which is right there around your 618. It makes sense. It's probably where you're gonna go. ARKHAM. Oh yeah, you want to you wanted me to do the cycle highs, right? The potential cycle highs. It's really hard to say with something like this. I don't know enough about it, fundamentally speaking, to determine what a good market cap would be. But based off of possibilities, let's just call it, let's say you're at 4.8 million right now. Okay, 4.8 million. If you were to do a 100x, no, I'm sorry, you're not at 4.8 million. You're at 480 million. 480 million right now, a 100x would be about a $48 billion market cap. So you could see a $230 price. It's possible that you could see beyond that even. But I really don't know. As far as fibs go, it's too new to have anything that's going to be solidified for a potential high. I mean, the prices that I'm talking about, right, that would be all the way up. I mean, all the way up here in your triple extensions, which isn't a common area to hit. I mean, I don't like to base anything out of the twos, but I do have these lines here for a reason. Just depends on the kind of analysis you're doing. I don't know. It might not even hit 200. Maybe it stops at 53. Maybe it stops at 17. I don't know what the all-time high is. It's hard to say. Unfortunately, I can't answer that for you. But higher, definitely higher. But for the time being, lower. See around $1. If not, your best case scenario around $1, like $1.70, $1.60. That's ARKHAM. ELON. Talking about ELON on crypto, maybe no. What about KuCoin? There we go. See, to my understanding, this is like trading views interpretation. It's like an index, crypto. It's not an exchange, it's just an index. But why do you look like this when you have KuCoin, right? Like it doesn't make, it's the same chart, just one looks delayed and one actually has volume behind it. I don't know. Bearish divergence, topping off, looking like a bad week so far. Yeah. Low to high. I think you hold this area. I think you hold however many zeros that is, like 6 zeros, 2, 3, 6, or 5 zeros, however many zeros that is. I think you hold that area. You might be consolidating around here. You got that area for a couple reasons, right? Previous resistance right here, 382, previous support right there, and previous support back here, and previous resistance. It makes, you're probably going to consolidate around here and then break up above this green line, this 123. Because generally, whenever you reject this, you reject it hard, but you're consolidating. That means you want to break out soon. Where on the weekly, soon could mean multiple months from here. But maybe a month or two, maybe 3 or 4 months, who knows. But you're going to consolidate maybe for a week or two and then move up. But it's looking kind of good, I'm not going to lie. The daily RSI would suggest you probably go a little bit lower. The 4 hour is bearish and abysmal. So yeah, going back down to about, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's 6 zeros, 2, 4, 2. 6 zeros, 2, 3, 5, somewhere around there. That's Dogelon, Mars, PSG. Paris Saint-Germain fan token. Paris Saint-Germain. Is this a soccer token? Man, those things have been going around. I was looking at another one earlier. I think that's what this is. I say soccer, I'm sorry. Football. Hold on. How do I spell Paris, man? Yeah. Yep. It is. There's another one. There's another one I was looking at the other day that I wanted to buy, but I can't buy it, damn it. Because I don't think it's on any decentralized exchanges. Or maybe it is, but I decided against it. I don't know. I forget what it's called. It's like HC something. I forget. I think these coins could do well, man. oddly enough. Been around for a bit here. Yeah, you probably pull back a little bit, whatever. Hit your 236, okay, yeah. Adam and Eve bottom. Looking like you want to go lower. You probably go down to about 423. You're at about $5 now. 423 to 360, somewhere in that area. 360, 423, somewhere down there. But you look like you want to go lower. Dash. O dash. This coin, you guys, you should just give up on it. I hate to say it, but I don't think there's a place in this market for this thing anymore. Look, man, it's one of a few relevant OG coins that's still in discussion. You know, like Litecoin's a relevant OG coin, Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash probably even gets less talked about than Dash does, and its chart's more bullish than this. You know, any coin that looks like this, where you have lower lows and lower highs cycle to cycle, that's it, man. That's condemning. Not a lot of volume coming in. You had more volume at the highs, guys. Like, it's going down. It's not good. You could move down. You're at 36.68 during this bull cycle. You could move down to $15, $5.96. You might not. Maybe, perhaps during this bull cycle, you pull all the way back. You're at 36, about $37 now. Perhaps you pull all the way back up to your 382 at about 165. Maybe I'm looking at it wrong, and you pull back to, let's just see here. 165 is right in the middle of that golden ratio. Maybe you go all the way up to 337. I don't know. But a 10x, I think, would be optimistic for this thing from its current price. What's it going to do in the more immediate term? Looks like it wants to go down. Where's it going to go? It's a good question. Maybe around $32, $33, somewhere in there. You could go as low as about $28.50, but I think you hold that $32 to $33 area. But you guys, Dash, I think it's irrelevant. It was promising, was being the key word. Ontology. Ontology is another one of those coins, man. I liked Ontology whenever it first came out, you know, and it had me convinced that it was the next big thing. But man, this thing, talk about underperforming cycle to cycle. This isn't even all of its history, I don't think. Maybe it is. Oh, maybe it is. I don't know. But lower highs and lower lows cycle to cycle, I don't like it. The low volume here. Oh, let's look at the USDT pair. Yeah. I like the bottom. It's a nice phase of accumulation. You probably do move up from here week to week, month to month. Oh, 1 second, guys. I'm back, and I forgot to put the music on, but I wasn't gone for too long. So anyways, you guys, I'm really proud of this. While we have a little momentary intermission, let's turn on the music. Let's take a little breaky poo from the charts. I know, guys, I'm already up late, so I'm just going to be up late, but this is my pipe. It's called the Grand Master. It's not the name that I gave it. It's just the name that came with it. very, very long. I've never smoked out of it. I bought this pipe when I went on my, let's call it a year-long break off of smoking, maybe longer, we'll see. But yeah, never smoked out of it, but it's one of a few pipes that I have. I've actually got another one up here too. This one is called Ent wood. The last one that I showed you is made out of cherry wood. This one is made out of pear wood, and then obviously a plastic tip. You know. Yeah, I like to collect pipes, man. I like to, and I like wood pipes over glass pipes more. Obviously, they say glass is crass after all. But I keep those up there. I've never smoked out of either of them. I like the way they look. Anyways, that was a little intermission, and let's get back to the meat and potatoes of it all. Did I pause? Did I just pause the music? Okay, good. Yeah, Aunt probably wants to go up, but like Dash, we'll probably not see new all-time highs. You're at 31.9 cents now. Over the cycle, you might go to 92 to $1.14, $1.15, sure, which really is not that impressive compared to a lot of cryptos. But for the time being, you might go down to about 28 cents. You're at 32 cents-ish right now, so about 28 cents, maybe even down to about 27 cents, and then find support and then continue to move up. That is ontology. Let me make sure you guys can still hear me too. Because wouldn't it suck? No, you guys can hear me. Okay, good. Wouldn't it suck if I made it this far in the video and had another mishap? I haven't had one of those in a while, but man, it was devastating that one time. I had like a 30 coin request video like today, and the whole thing was muted. Whole damn thing, you guys. We're almost at the end of it. YFI, UFO, YFI, there we go. Yearn Finance. Sitting at about 8,379, also in accumulation phase, looking really nice. You guys, what I love about this thing is if you look at the ribbon, put it on the log scale. Last week, it's official. Even with this red week now, you got a cross. You got the bullish cross. Oh, I guess I guess it was 2 weeks ago that you got it. But whatever, you've had multiple weeks above it. You actually dipped. Look at that. You dipped right back into the cross today, and you're finding support potentially. Double bottom, tweezer bottom look. Yeah, I don't know, man. Might be good. Let's see. Let's give this thing a genuine kind of look here. Weekly RSI, bearish divergence already fulfilled. Whatever. I like the weekly RSI. It looks fine to me. You are in an accumulation phase. It is rather neutral, but it's in a bearish or a bullish posturing over a bearish posturing. The daily RSI, however, is in a more bearish posturing. Let's look at the 4 hour. I think you want to go lower. I do. Probably. You probably do. Where are you going to go? I don't know. Let's see. Low to high. Oh my goodness. I'm having such a hard time with this, man. I don't know, man. I don't know if you go lower. If you do, you're not going to go too much lower than 8,000. Maybe you go to like 7,000 and a half, 7,700, 7,800. You might not go lower, man. That might have been it. I'm having a hard time with this one. You're around your lows, is what I will say. If you do go lower, I mean, the maximum low that I would see you go to is about $6,900, and that's it. But inevitably, you'll probably go higher. And with the fact that you have that bullish cross, you just tested back into it, you're gonna break out. Whatever downside you have, you guys, this thing is gonna be worth tens of thousands of dollars over the coming months. Okay, it's worth $8,300 now, so I don't know. But for the time being, I like it. I think it probably has found its low. We're going to go with that. And if not, if I'm wrong on that, then 6,900 is the lowest potential that it could go. And I would more look around like 74 to 7,700 as the next slightly lower low that we have. Anyways, that's YFI. Hard to say. I don't know. I don't know if it's found its low or not. I mean, if I really had to guess, you want me to make a decision and just say it, I think it has. But I'm completely prepared for me to be wrong, for it to go lower than that. But I'm going to go ahead and put my foot down and say I do think it's found its low. but maybe not. Maybe not, man. YFI. Now we're talking about Zcash, and you wanted me, Nurse Hospital, you wanted me to go over the cycle high potentials here, right? So if we're looking at Zcash, and it's actually got a longer history than that. Let's go on the monthly. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if it was ever actually worth that. It says it was, but I mean, was it? I guess it wasn't. I don't know. Kraken. Oh my goodness, it's because it was on Kraken, that's why. Kraken with the huge prices up there. Somewhat of a triple bottom look, to be fair. My prediction for the cycle highs for Zcash are going to be between about $200 and $400. That's that. Yep. If you exceeded $400, I would be genuinely surprised. If you hit 200 to 210 and you stopped there, I wouldn't be surprised. But between 200 and 400 is what I'm going to give it. Let's look at the more immediate term stuff too. That's a nice bounce off your 069. Nice bounce off your oversold zone too. Holding support on the 123 moving average. All good things, man. Yeah, bullish divergence on your 4 hour. You're probably moving up in the day-to-day. High to low. Yeah, oh yeah, you look good. You're probably moving up to $32 to $34 and beyond, $40 to $46 over the days, over the weeks, within the next 2 months, I would say. Zcash looks good. Looks definitely good. One of the more bullish charts we've talked about. Pulse chain. Right? I think we have to use this. Jesus coin, by the way, you guys, is tanking. It's like in an accumulation phase, so it's at the bottom of that. I don't know if it'll go lower, but for what it's worth, just talking about that there. PLS. Oh yeah, right, we don't do USD. I'm sorry, I think you wanted me to talk about Hex, actually, on Pulse Chain, not on ETH, right? Yeah. So this one here. Not this one, but this one. I'm pretty sure. That's what it was. Logarithmicized. I like the daily RSI, man. I actually really do. $1,618 tipped, bro. I can't make this up. Oh, you're cherry picking. No, I'm not, bro. No, I literally took the lowest point from this range, and took the most recent high after that to find the extension. It literally hit the 1,618. It's beautiful. It's actually really, pairing with the fact that it bounced off the oversold zone, that's beautiful. The 4 hour, dude, it looks good. It looks really, it's constructive. It looks pretty damn constructive. Yes, you are in a downtrend. You have lower highs and lower lows, but you might be fixing that pretty damn soon, Pulse Chain. Hex, I should say. You are, I think you were the first to start dumping. Maybe not. March 10th, maybe. I don't know. I feel like this was the first to start dumping, but it might be the first to start pumping too. You guys, this one looks pretty good. I'm not going to lie. I'm calling for it. I think that's the low. I don't think you go lower than that. You could go lower from the current price, sure, but I don't think you go lower than that. And looking at the 4 hour, I think you want to go up, bro. I don't know. You could go down a little bit, but probably not by much. I mean, you could consolidate in this area between the 236 at about 1.164 cents and about a cent itself. But, dude, looking good. You'll probably make a move up to about 1.8 cents or higher real soon, and then inevitably 4 cents, 6 cents. Looking good. One of the more, I shouldn't say it's bullish looking, because we've yet to prove that. It just looks like it has found its bottom. And anytime you're at the bottom, that's like the most bullish area to buy, right? I wouldn't go as far as saying it's one of the more bullish looking charts we've come across, but it looks promising. Out of a lot of these coins, it looks promising to have already found its low. I like it. Good call. Real load. I think Hex is looking good. Yeah. Yeah, higher low, and this little trend that you've got. Okay, that's not what I meant to do. Yeah, bro, you're just in this channel. You're at the bottom of the channel. You're gonna work your way up. You're gonna find a higher high, and that higher high is gonna take you. You know, it might take you weeks or months to get there. Probably months. You know, the last time you found your low here, you consolidated for 1, 2, 3, 4, and then on your 5th week you moved up. So it took you about a month. So maybe in May you'll start moving up higher, but May, June time you'll be at 4 to 6.2 cents, man. Looking good. All right, that's Hex. Spent a little bit of time on that one. 0x0 is the next one. I think this is like one of the only cryptos that actually has a number in it. Bullish, very, very bullish. Yeah, really, really bullish, man. Let's look at the daily. Neutral 4-hour makes sense. Kind of a neutral daily as well makes sense. You could pull back down to about 30 cents. You're at 39 cents now. You could go as low as 23 cents, but man, it's a good look on the fibs. As long as you're holding above 37.5 cents, which you are at this moment, if you're holding above there, the next target I have for you is about 64.6 cents. So if you close below 37.5, it's looking like you could go to about 30.7 cents, if not 23.7 cents. Find support in that area and then move up. But I don't know, man. It looks pretty good. Let's look at the relative fibs. Low to high. Yeah, you could move back to about 27 cents. You could. Wouldn't be crazy. Maybe you do. I'm going to go with that. I think you do. I think you move down to 27 cents, 27.3 cents, 27 cents itself, maybe 26 cents, and then you move up. But relatively bullish looking chart, not going to lie. But just for the time being, you probably move down. Vib. I don't know why I say that. Why I say I'm not going to lie. Obviously, I'm not going to lie, man. What would I have to gain by lying? Like, that's not how this works, man. Accumulating, bullish, reaching. You're trying. You're consolidating, though, aren't you? Yes, you are. You probably go a little lower from here. I don't know, man. I would think at the lowest about 9 cents, maybe 9.5 cents is where you go. And inevitably you want to move higher. Yeah, I think lower. 9 to 9.5 cents, and then probably higher. You're going to consolidate until you're not going to. I don't think you take that low out. I definitely don't think you take these lows out. You're encroaching. You've got like a flat top with ascending lows. You're encroaching upon an area where you're going to break out and see phenomenal movement soon. This is on a weekly basis, so it could take months. It could take multiple months. It could be tomorrow. It could be next week. I don't know. Nobody knows. But relatively speaking, for this chart's existence, bullish. But immediately speaking, bearish. Probably goes down a little bit. That's Vibe. Vib. Muse. I don't like using CoinEx or Gate.io, but for historical reference's sake, we're going to use it top to bottom. Bearish divergence arguably has already played out. Where is it listed again? It's on Coinbase. It saw its initial sell-off. Let's just see. Top to bottom. Dropped 83% from high to low. 57% from the closing price. 48% from the opening price. I'm going to say 12.4 cents to 11.5 cents. That's probably where you go. Probably. Yeah, I think so. Yep, I think you're going down 12.4 to 11.5. We'll see you there. And then higher, probably higher. That's MUSE. And the last one, WTK on BitTrue. Good old WTK. Yes, you are in this nice little channel up, right? Something like that. Maybe it's something like that. I don't know. If we draw a parallel channel on here, as close to parallel as we can get, you know, something like that. Looks pretty clean. It's not super clean, but you tipped your midway point here, found resistance there, found resistance here, finding resistance there, support there, resistance there, you know, resistance here even. It looks somewhat clean. You're at the bottom of this channel is what I'm trying to say, so you probably move up. If you move down, you're not going to move down too much. On the daily, you look a little bearish. But again, if you move down, it's not going to be by too much. Where would you move? Low to high, relatively. Yeah, 2.5 cents, 2.56. Let's say 2.5 to 2.6 cents. You're at 2.7 cents right now, so not that much lower, but lower nonetheless. And then inevitably, WTK, however long it takes you to consolidate and figure your stuff out, you'll move up and form a new higher high. Where will it be? I don't know. It could be right there at 6.8 cents. It could be higher. It could be lower. High to low, speaking of which. Come on, buddy. Come on. There we go. Yeah, that makes sense. Perfect area. 6.5, 7.4 cents, somewhere in that area. But for now, down. And inevitably up, probably in a very short amount of time. You'll start moving up again, because you've been stalling, you've been boring for a little while now, so probably gonna move up soon. Anyways, guys, that is the video. That's everything. If there was to be a winner today, you know, MHAT GRS looked pretty good for the time being, definitely. I want to go through. Let's see, GRS USD, right? Might move down more momentarily, but inevitably move up. Yeah, so I think it does. I think it probably wants to go down more immediately and then move down or move up. That's what I was saying. I remember had to look at it first. Flare, I think, is what it was. Or was it FIDA? Was it Flare or was it FIDA? Let me look. It was Flare. And then Digibyte. I'm going to give it to Digibyte. Yeah. I think it stands to gain the most. It looks the most bullish out of all of them. It looks bullish, pretty damn bullish, and it looks to gain the most in the shortest amount of time. So Digibyte is the winner for Mr. Ed Solt. Congratulations. You win pride and glory beyond your wildest imaginations. It's nothing physical, but it is completely internal, and you will carry it with you always. Let it be known that today, on the 3rd of April, 2024, Mr. Ed Solt, you won. And that's all I got for you guys. So if you liked the video, hit that like button. We're going to play some music. We're going to chill for a second. Let you get your things together, finish eating your popcorn, roll the credits, and I will see you guys on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.